Natalia, and today I'm going to show you how to create tie-dyed eggs like these ones here, which are created from regular ties like these here. I have to say that if you're going to make these, be sure that your ties are 100% silk, otherwise this won't work. It will look like this and nothing will have happened and your eggs will just remain white. And all of these eggs are hollow, so they're all eggshells, but if you don't want to blow your eggs out, you can just keep them full. And you can just tie them like that, and it will also be easier because the eggs will stay into the water and they won't float like these will. If you're going to keep the eggs with the egg whites and yolk inside of it, don't eat it because these are all chemical substances. If you want to keep the eggs full and not blow them, don't eat the egg. But otherwise, these are super easy to make and the outcome is just amazing and they're just so beautiful to look at. And I like the way that they are just random in patterns, and I just really enjoy that. Not everything has to be perfect. And again, if you want to make this, be sure that your ties are 100% silk, otherwise this won't work. And I even had some ties that said 100% silk and they weren't. I bought about 8 or 9 ties and only 2 of them were actually silk. The rest of them were just fakes. So beware of that and buy a lot of ties. So if you want to see some of these kind of DIYs in the future, be sure to subscribe to this channel. And if you want to see how this is made, stick around and let's just get started. Now, as I said in the beginning, you choose whether to blow your eggs or not. But if you do, take a push pin and then make some holes in the bottom and the top of the egg. And then wiggle the push pin or your needle around in the opening to make it bigger. Then take a piece of wire and then insert it into the egg to poke a hole in the yolk. This will make it much easier for you to blow the egg. Then shake the egg to make everything liquid inside and then start blowing. And then you'll realize that this method is really helpful for blowing an egg. And then repeat this method and continue on blowing all your eggs. If you're worried about hygiene, take a piece of cloth with some hand sanitizer and then just rub the end where you're blowing. Now before using your tie, make sure it's 100% silk. Now take your tie and then separate the different pieces of it, because we only need the decorated piece, the silk that is. Now when you're done separating all the pieces, take your egg and then roughly measure up how much you really need of the tie, then cut out a small piece of it. Now you can choose to tie your egg up like this by only gathering all of the fabric in one place. Then tie a knot using some string, or you can use some rubber bands. Then wrap it tightly up in some tinfoil to keep the colors in place. And then wrap it in some cloth to make sure that everything stays in place. And then tie it up with some string once again. You can also roll your egg into the fabric and then wrap it up tightly to make it look like a candy wrapper. Then tie some rubber bands in the ends before rolling it into the tinfoil. Then wrap everything in a piece of cloth to keep the colors and the shape in place. And then tie the ends with some rubber bands. Now add the water and the vinegar to your pot. Then put it on the stove and let the water simmer before adding your eggs into it. Now these eggshells have trouble staying down because they're empty, so you need something to weigh them down because they need to be on the water. And I've found something like a stone, but be very careful doing this because again these are eggshells. And then cook them for about 30 minutes. When they're done cooking, take them out and then leave them to cool down completely. And this is very important because otherwise the colors won't stay on the eggshell. When they're completely cold, unwrap them gently to reveal the colors on the eggshell. and then repeat the process with the remaining eggs. And just be aware that the eggs might be filled with water, so this might get a bit messy. Now when you've repeated the process with all of your eggs, you're done! Now you're ready to celebrate Easter with these beautiful tie-dyed eggs. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, give this video a like, it helps me out a lot. And let me know down below if you're going to make these eggs here. And if you want to see the upcoming videos in this channel, you need to subscribe and be a part of our lovely DIY family here at the Bluetooth box. So subscribe, and I'll see you soon with more ideas. Bye!